What's up, peoples? What's up? It's about 10 p.m. and I've decided to move on from that spot where I took the video of the sunset. But, the road isn't that busy at all right now. And Waldport and I think it's Bayshore. It's Bayshore first, then you cross the river, and then Waldport is after that. That's only about 5.5 miles away, so I'm gonna see if I can make it tonight, and then I'll get there. It's supposed to rain in the early morning hours before sunrise. You know, there's nothing like hiking on a road at night. And there's only a car once in a while. Here comes some now, of course. But there's just enough light to see the line on the road, so I'll stick to the white line. And I'm hiking with traffic now because it's easier. I won't get blinded by the lights head on, at least as much. But I don't know, I love it when all the cars pass and it's just solitude. That was actually a police officer. He slowed down a little. Let's see if he wants to talk to me. Oh, here, wait. I think the cop is just pulling up now. So I'm gonna turn this off and talk to him. All right, so the police stopped and kind of joked with them right off the bat. I was like, oh, I'm getting pulled over on foot, huh? So, like I said before, they didn't ask for my license at first, but then eventually they did. And they just wanted to make sure I wasn't like stranded out here and that I was hiking by choice. And, you know, I told them I was, and they asked me where I was going. So I said I was probably going to push it to Waldport tonight if I can. So they actually gave me some advice. They told me in Waldport there's some baseball dugouts that they don't bother people if they need to get out of the rain there. So I told them that's good because it's supposed to rain tonight, and I'll try to push it and get there before then. And then they're also like, yeah, you could always camp on the beach too at any time. That's allowed. So, you know, they were very friendly, and, you know, they asked, they said, oh, do you have any weapons? I said, yeah, I got my knife around my neck, but it's under my jacket. You know, and they were like, all right, that's fine, just don't, you know, don't pull it out, that's all. So they did ask for my license, and they took down my license number, and they were kind of pissed at how long the number was. And they asked me to get a better light, but I basically don't have a light. I have my cell phone light, and that's it. I'm so used to not needing a light that, you know, make sure it's clear before I move on. I've gotten so used to it that, you know, when I'm in camp, just the glow of my cell phone screen is enough for me to find whatever I need and all that. So I used to carry a little red flashy bike light that I used on the bicycle that I actually bought when I first got to Oregon. But the battery died on that. So I guess I'll pick another one of those up. That way I could just have something if I'm doing a road walk at night. All right, my people, so I'm at a spot, another state park here called Driftwood Beach State Park. I'm finishing the last of my couscous and chicken. So I split it up into 2 meals because it was just too much to eat at once because my stomach is a little smaller now, which is good. Look what I found in the bathroom. After editing the video earlier, my cell phone battery is almost dead. It's at like 20%. And I didn't get to charge my battery pack all the way. It was only at like 52%. So I'm gonna plug that in now. And I'm just gonna hang out just outside, somewhere where I could watch the door and make sure no one's coming in, and let the stuff charge. This is the bridge over the O.C.T Bay going into Waldport. I keep thinking of Alizé, the liquor. And then that makes me think of, what's that dude's name for SNL? He's like, my Courvoisier is done, so I guess the show is over. I wonder what he's trolling for. Look at these guys. Sunbathing. I wonder how many of them are right there. It's at least 150, maybe 200. Get a job, you bums! That's pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. That is art. It took a lot of effort for that person, one, to think of doing it, and then to come out here. I guess they probably just trudged through that little waterway there. Either that or it was the aliens. I don't believe that. Oh, really cool. On to Wellport. So I've never seen a sign like this, usually in front of public buildings. This is a visitor center for the town of Wellport. Usually it says no skateboarding. At least this one says at your own risk. So they don't mind if you do, but they're not going to take liability if you bust your butt. It's a nice painting on this. Person's good. I like this guy. All of them, they're all good. Very realistic. Very good artwork. There's a bench here, but there's people here. I'm gonna go on the rocks over here. Keep my social distance. One thing that I picked up at the Dollar General, and it was only like 55 cents, but it comes in real handy while hiking, is a box of baking soda. Baking soda is good for a couple things. Instead of buying laundry detergent, what you could do is use baking soda instead of detergent in the wash. And especially when you're hiking, you know, you don't really need that fragrance in your clothes. You just need to get the smell out and, you know, wash the dirt off of them. So baking soda works good for that. And it's better to buy it than detergent because it's multi-purpose. You don't mind carrying a little bit extra of that in your pack because you can use it for a couple things. And obviously you could use it to brush your teeth, which I don't like the taste of it. But you can mix it with your water. And it's supposed to help like your pH balance. You know, if you put a couple pinches of baking soda in your water and mix it up, you know, it's supposed to help your stomach and keep the acidity down in your digestive system. You could use baking soda to get rid of the stank in your boots, because right now my boots and my feet, they kind of have an ammonia smell to them, and I guess that's what's adding to that pet shop smell of mine. And you could also just kind of take some and rub it in your hands and kind of rub it on your clothes, especially on the hot spots, you know, like the armpits of your clothes and the crotch area. And that cuts the smell down on your clothes a lot if you just put it directly on there. And you got to be careful. Don't put too much in your shoes, because if you put too much, it'll like kind of burn your feet in a way, you know, like a caustic burn, because it is a basic, you know, powder. You know, chemistry wise, it's, you know, the pH is high. So is that right? Basic high, acid low. Anyway, doesn't matter. So if you put too much, it'll kind of, it'll make your skin flake and stuff if you put too much on your feet, and you end up having even more problems with your feet. But yeah, I guess that's all I got right now. Baking soda, it's one thing that most people don't think to carry, but it comes in handy. Crow sneaking in there. I found this place. It's the public library here in Wallport, and they have free Wi-Fi from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. So I'm going to utilize this. I'll probably be sitting here for the majority of the day, uploading videos and finishing editing the last video, and then I'll be all caught up. I ended up camping out right under the bridge of that Alcé Bay. I forget the name of the bridge, but yeah, I just went under there, and there was like this perfect little concrete ledge. Well, it was a cold night. All the cars and the grass had frost on it this morning, and as you can see, it's still cold. But yeah, I just wanted to clarify. And if I end up spending another night here, which I doubt it, I'll probably move on by the end of the day. I'll show you the spot. But I mean, it's about what you expect camping under a bridge. But it was nice that there was like this perfect, it was almost like a bunk. It was like a concrete bunk right under the bridge. So, since I came back this way, right here on this ledge, this is where I spent the night last night. But that river came all the way up to about there last night. I'm rendering the last video now, and then I have to go back to the library and upload it. So I was just hanging out here having lunch, and I saw this guy out here. I thought he was digging for clams. But I think he's the artist that did that thing we passed the other day. Maybe he's just redoing it. He looks like he's pissed off. I don't know. Maybe it got messed up and he doesn't like it. Went back to Dollar General, which is about the best thing in this town, the town of Wallport. I got myself some new sunglasses, so let's see how long those last. Oh god. And I got a new pair of pants because I busted these. I squatted down to sit and it ripped. It was a couple nights ago. So I got these to replace it. I got them at Dollar General. They're kind of like, they're like athletic, but they're like pajama pants. So it says like trail something. It's made for trail. It's not really made for trail, but so anyway, it's a lightweight material. It is cotton, but it's so light that it dries very quickly. And some people will beg to differ. They say cotton kills and all that, but if you're someone like me who creates a lot of their own natural body heat, just wearing a light layer of cotton as a base layer is not really a problem. I'll even wear cotton t-shirts a lot of the times. This one is a quick dry, the t-shirt I have now. It's a synthetic, athletic, quick dry material. I gotta go back to the library one more time, upload one last video, and then I think I'm gonna just hike on, so probably by tonight. Back here at the library, I just wanted to add that my go-to pants for everyday life out here is usually like work pants, like Dickies or Dockers. Dickies are more durable, or Red Cap is a great brand also. But walking long distances, and when that material gets wet, the work pant material, it does dry quick. It's really good. Like you could just wear them dry all the time. But they create like new spots on my thighs and stuff when they're wet that aren't there normally. So I figured I'd go for the, stretchy kind of runner pajama pants kind of material, because it's just more suited to walking long distances. And I'm not really going through like, thorn bushes and stuff like I kind of am sometimes normally. I was over at
the library trying to upload my last video, and I guess they wanted me out of there because the Wi-Fi just shut off out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, once I finally gave up on it getting turned back on, and it's supposed to be on because it's the middle of the day, but I gave up, and then I started packing up, and then all of a sudden some guy comes out of nowhere from inside the library with a tape measure and starts arbitrarily measuring the windows for no reason. So maybe it's just coincidence, but maybe they just wanted me out of there, or maybe he actually had to measure. But if that's the case, they could have just, oh, sir, can you move? We have to do something here. This bank back here has Wi-Fi. So I kind of just, there's my finger now. I kind of just put my phone on the ledge right there. And I let it upload a little bit, and it said it was up to 98%. So I was like, all right, like 5 more minutes, I'll come back and it'll be done. I can get out of this town. And then I came back, and it jumped back down to 67% for some reason, being uploaded. So I'm kind of fed up. So I'm gonna go take a break from here because I've been standing here for like an hour trying to let this upload. And I will just get some dinner set and find some water. And then I'll come back to either here or the library and finish uploading. But I just want to hike out of this town at this point. I just want to get out of here. But I don't want to do that until I upload this video. So, that I guess those the struggles of, doing YouTube in this situation. Alright, so hanging out on the bay again. And I just made up my dinner for a little later. Probably about an hour from now I'll have it. But I mentioned that I bought some Lipton rice sides, and they're alright, but the teriyaki one, that I like that one the most out of all of them. But they have like little pieces of pasta mixed in with them. It's not just rice. And for cold soaking, those pieces of pasta were kind of like gummy tasting, so I wasn't enjoying that. But the rice came out good. So I just got plain white rice, like I showed you in that video about, what I was eating. This stuff is really light. I mean, it's freeze-dried, already cooked, so you can just rehydrate it in water. So I got some packets of chili mix, so I put about half a pack of chili mix and about a cup of rice. And then if you can see in there, got little shrimpies. Sorry. So I actually got these at Dollar General, which might be sus, but we'll find out, I guess. But they're still half frozen, so I have some crackers. I'll probably eat the rest with this, or maybe I'll have like a smaller amount of the same thing for breakfast tomorrow. But either way, there's a little bit of shrimp left, and I could always feed it to the seagulls if I don't end up using that shrimp. And then I got rice, and then I got some beef jerky, and actually I should probably throw some of this in there. That'd be good. It's just a sweet and spicy trail mix with peanuts and I think cashews and all kinds of good stuff. So I got that to mix with the rice and the beef jerky also. So I might add a little handful of that into there also, just to give it some protein. So I don't know. I don't want to spend the night here. I'd rather have moved on by now, but I want to finish uploading that video. I have about 68% done, and I either have to go back to that bank or to the post office. I'm kind of waiting to see, the library. But I'm waiting to see if those people at the library will leave, and hopefully they leave the internet on. It's supposed to be on until 8 p.m. And last night it shut off at 8 p.m. on the dot, so I would imagine it's on an automatic kind of thing. So they got public restrooms, but because it's in the town, they're closed. This happens a lot, but where's a person supposed to go? They're just hiking through, or if they have nowhere else to go. But it's reaching critical mass. So that's why I always carry the shopping bags. That way you always have an alternative. You just gotta find a place where you can go in privacy. So I think I'm gonna go under the bridge, but at least I'm not just leaving my mess,
And then I'm gonna put it in the garbage for the town and let the town take care of it, because why would they close the bathrooms? That's their fault. And it's not the most hidden spot. There's some houses over there, but they might get a little show. It's the best spot I could find. Like I said, critical mass. It should be alright. But just gotta make it quick. Alright, that is the result. You don't have to look too closely at that, but so I'll put it in my garbage bag, my Ziploc bag, and then I'll just throw it out. But like I said, not the most glamorous thing, but it's better than just leaving it, you know. Even when I'm hiking in the woods, I've used this method because nobody wants to dig a cat hole. And yes, sometimes, I mean, ideally, you want to plan it so that you don't have to carry your poop for a long distance. But yes, I do put it in the top of my pack. You know, I have the garbage bag liner, and then I just kind of put it right on top in the double bag until I could throw it out. But luckily, there's a garbage right around the corner up the stairs. But if not, I would carry it until I found the garbage. And it's not the most glamorous thing, like I said, but it does the job, and it's better than just leaving it somewhere. And the reality is, in my experience, especially on the Appalachian Trail, but everywhere, even if you have a shovel with you, you can't dig a cat hole in the, you know, with the rocks and the roots and all that in the mountains. I mean, anybody who says that they were able to do that every time is lying, because it's just not possible every time. So this kind of eliminates that, and like I said, it's not the method for everybody, but it works for me, and I don't know, it's come in handy a whole lot of times, trust me, where I needed to go and there was nowhere to go, and you just kind of pop into the woods and do that, and you don't have to worry about, you know, leaving a mess for someone to step in, or just leaving that unsightliness lying around. But in any case, the garbage is still better. I mean, you throw your dog's mess in the garbage, right, and that stinks it up. Anyway, enough rambling about that. There's two slogans from I got from the tent city that I used to live in New Jersey. And those are, 1, a little dirt don't hurt. And 2, let the township deal with it. So I'm finally getting out of here. Sun's about to go down. But I'm just gonna hike south for a little over a mile. There should be a park that away with restrooms and all that. And it's kind of close to the town, so I would imagine maybe this one will be closed, but I guess we'll find out. But all those videos are uploaded. It wasn't hard or anything. It was just a day of boredom and frustration, because a couple times it seemed like it took longer to load than it should have. Anyway, I am on my way. So as I'm about to leave town, there's this guy that I met on my way out. He told me he had a ride, and I was like, oh, that's cool. He's like, yeah. I told him I'd be in Yachats in like a day or two. He's like, yeah, I'll be there. Then all of a sudden he pulls up. Well, he asked me if I had money, which is a huge red flag. But the way he asked it didn't seem like, I don't know, you just kind of tell after a while. He was just, you know, he wanted to know if he could help me out, I'm pretty sure. But you never know. I mean, you got to be cautious. So he was, he was what they call a dirty kid. He had like the big dirty dreadlocks, and it was a little too dirty for my taste. And trust me, I'm dirty out here. But, and I could tell like all he wanted to do is drink. So he pulled up next to me just now, and he's like, oh, hop in, I'm going to Yachats. And I'm like, well, I'm hiking on purpose, man. I'm trying to lose some weight here. Kind of defeats the purpose for me. But, you know, I appreciate the offer. And, you know, he was nice about it, but I could see like he wanted to try to convince me some other way. But, you know, that's how it goes out here sometimes. You have to be cautious with everyone you meet. But that being said, not everybody you meet is got bad intentions. Sometimes, but as long as you stay on your guard and protect your own, don't let them know anything that, you know, that's not their business if they're asking. And if they start asking questions that are none of their business, you know, you got to be strong enough to just put your foot down and say, yo, like, I ain't having this, like. Setting sun is illuminating the bridge really nicely. Hiking is much easier in these pants, let me tell you. They don't constrict my legs as much. I could take longer strides. So I should quicken my pace up a little bit, hopefully. I don't know the name of the state park, but look at this view. I have like my own private little pen here with a picnic table to sleep on. And I know focus is going crazy. Apparently that's just what it does at night, so I'm not gonna really try that hard and fuss over it no more, because it's not worth my energy. Anyway, I think this will do. It's actually kind of tucked back and hidden. It's almost enclosed by brush. The parking lot is down this way, but as long as nobody spotlights the area, which so far my experience with these parks, the state parks along the coast, is that I mean, nobody rolls through. I mean, the police, I mean, people roll through to use the bathroom, and I checked the bathrooms open on this one too. But I mean, you can't beat this. Oh, those are ships out on the water out there. Just want to take the opportunity to mention, I haven't even taken my backpack off. I wanted to mention how blessed I feel to be able to do this. I mean, if you would have asked me a decade ago or even longer when I was working, you know, a normal start in my career and stuff after college, I felt like I saw my life dead ending already at that point. And there's no way I'd be able to even come out to the West Coast unless it was on business, you know. If I worked my way up the ladder for a pharmaceutical company, they probably would send me all over the place, but that's not really traveling. You don't really get to enjoy your time because that's not your time. You're there on company time. And yeah, you get a few hours every day to yourself to explore if you want, but I mean, you can't deny there's a difference, right? Alright, so this was dinner. I actually came out looking almost like Spanish rice. See the little shrimpies in there? And the chili powder. It's a little spicy. It all depends on your personal taste. Let's grab my spoon. There you go. Pointing at me, but rice is hydrated. Shrimp is good. Chili has just the right amount of spice. That's dinner. Alright, my peoples. It is the next morning, and I woke up and I was looking at the view, and I was looking at this spot right here, and there was something stuffed in it. It's just $1. I'm trying to unravel it. But that's awesome. Thank you to whoever left that there. It makes up for my sunglasses. Because the first pair I bought was $1. These other pair here cost me $7. So hopefully I don't lose those. Made it to Wakanda Beach. So I found a nice thick patch of woods, and it's not posted or anything. It doesn't say private. And there's some well-worn trails going all through it. But definitely a good place to camp. It's a little early. It's not even 3. But there's some beach access over here also. I'm going to rest here at the minimum for a little while. And then, I don't know. It's such a nice spot. It's like kind of, it's a shame to pass it up as a campsite. but it's actually pretty easy. Might be a little slippery, but let me go down to the beach for a little bit. So that trail up there is where I came from. It looks, once again, it looks like the tide comes all the way up, you know, when it's high tide. After reviewing the maps, I see that this is, that little patch of woods is part of a state forest or state park. So it's Beachside State Park, which was actually my kind of goal. I mean, you know, I figured I'd reevaluate when I got here. So just up the way, this way, you know, up on the hill, should be some restrooms. So I'm gonna walk over there and check it for power, because I have like 35% battery. And if there's power, then I'm definitely staying in this area tonight. So it is the early morning hours, as you might be able to tell. But between Waldport and Yachats, I forget the name of the town, is an actual pretty nice beach walk, almost the whole way. And my battery is down to like 10%. So Waldport starts over there. But I'm gonna wait for the sun to come up fully before I, according to the maps, but when I say the maps, I don't have gut hooks or any of those apps that you gotta pay for. I just use Google Maps. And even on the Appalachian Trail, believe it or not, the Appalachian Trail is actually pretty well marked on Google Maps. And you don't really need to know exactly where the trail is. I mean, it all depends on your confidence out there. But I just kind of wing it. So that's why I'm not following the official O.C.T. I'm sure that there's places that I should have gone on the beach officially where I didn't, and places where I walked on the road, or where I should have been walking on the road when I was walking on the beach. So as you can see, the sun is up. I'm ready to move on, but I just checked the maps. I only have like 8% battery now. But the trail I'm talking about is a little bit beyond this point. There's some cliff faces about half a mile down, and there's a trail called the 804 Trail. According to Google Maps, that's what it's called. Perhaps it's also the O.C.T. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna take that trail. It leads to some like resort that's kind of in the middle of Yachats. So I'm almost in Yachats. Last night I didn't stay at that state park. It was technically closed, I found out. So there was people, you know, either a ranger or caretakers. There's an RV park next door to it. So I think there were caretakers from that RV park. But they rolled up in a golf cart. They didn't bother me. They didn't even, like, I don't even know if they saw me. But in any case, I figured I didn't want to be on a property that was closed. It's just closed for the winter, according to their sign. So I had to find a place in Yachats to charge up. I ended up just crashing in the woods a couple miles down, which I'm glad to have gotten a little more distance in anyway, because I was ready to move on from far away from Waldport, because there was nowhere to charge in Waldport. At least I didn't see a place. So I used up all my battery, you know, uploading all those videos. So I'm going to charge in Yachats, and then there's a nice trail. I believe it's called the Amanda Trail, and there's a little story behind it with a Native American woman. I believe she was blind, but I don't know the whole story. But if you've seen Dixie from Homemade Wanderlust, she's a hiker who does YouTube movies, listen to me. Anyway, she's a quasi-famous YouTube star who is a hiker, and she did the trail a while back and told the story. But if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna do it again. I don't remember the whole story, so I'll find out when we get there. I'm gonna run out of battery so bad, but I wanted to get this on camera. People, don't carve your names in the side of these. I mean, I'm not necessarily against it. I mean, as far as graffiti and all that, I mean, when you think about it, you don't call cave paintings graffiti. It could be called that. Oh God. Oh God. My feet are dry. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to time it and run across because I want to keep my feet dry. Go, 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 go. Check this out. Oh my God. So anyway, I see graffiti as like modern cave paintings. So I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing. But I don't really do it myself. I've tagged my name a couple places. But other than that, it's not really my bag. Should be okay here as long as I stick to the cliffs, but the tide's coming in, but not for a few hours. I only have to walk up to there. Lots of these little jellyfish all over. Obviously, they came in with the tide yesterday. They didn't make it. So here's a potential problem. All right, 5% battery. Gotta make it quick. It was off or not. It looks like I'm gonna have to get my feet wet either way. So I'm gonna have to just suck it up. I could go around, but where's the fun in that? Let's do it. Woo! 5%. 5% battery. See, they actually hold up. I mean, my toes are technically dry, but I could feel the cold creeping in. Slowly but surely. It's alright. I actually haven't put on those fresh socks yet. So, and now I have to time it to get around these rocks in between the waves. But the staircase is right there. I made it. I made it. Oh look, there's an Oregon Coast Trail symbol. Come on, battery, hold. Hold. So, I knew it. I knew it. Alright, on to yachts. So if you're down for a nice long beach walk, you could pretty much walk from Wellport to Yachts all on the beach. I didn't do that. I did the first few miles on the road until I found that park. When I found that park and decided to move on, then I went to the beach and did the rest of the way that way. And lots of good camping spots along the way too. Nice, real dark tunnel. Nice little place to hide in there, real dark. 4% battery. I'm gonna run until she dies. Woo. Hold out, battery. You got some really nice waves here. Of course, that one wasn't so great. But these are like official rideable waves. Someone put a sticker on that one, but thanks for showing me the way. See you in another 20 miles. I'm over here where that 804 trail lets out in the town of Yachts, but thought I'd have to go in town to find power. But there's a bathroom.
So, nope, not there. The men's room, the plug is off or broken. So, obviously, I made sure nobody is here, but plugged my stuff in. I charged my phone a little bit, and I'm gonna charge it a little more. Alright, my peoples. Still here charging, but I just had a bunch of my coffee, and I'm gonna do this for breakfast. This is shredded, frosted shredded wheat from Dollar General. Only the best. Put a lot in there. So, I'm gonna let that soak and turn to mush. It's soaking there. So, as I was sitting here, two older ladies pulled up, and I guess they were watching me. But, you know, I wasn't flying a sign or anything. It was unprovoked. But one of them came up to me, and she was like, "Oh, could you use a little something?" And I said, "Well, I mean, I don't need anything, but, you know, I'm on a journey and I'm hiking," and I explained what I'm doing out here and the videos and all that. And she just insisted on giving me $10. And I didn't want to take it because it's like, you know, I still have a little bit of money and I don't need it, but I mean, I couldn't, I don't know, something told me just to take it anyway. And since I'm out here and I would like to continue hiking after this hike. I would like to do adventures after that also. And if I can turn this into something that, you know, helps me make enough money to keep doing that and to keep bringing videos out and, you know, hopefully helping people too with the little bit of hiker trash advice I can give, then why not? So, you know, even though I almost said no, you know, it's okay, I ended up taking it anyway. And, you know, we didn't even exchange names. She didn't ask me for my name, but she, you know, she wished me well, and I wished her well. I told her God bless and thank you so much, and it won't go to waste. I got here some coffee and frosted shredded wheats. That actually brings me back. Holy crap. Reminds me of being a kid. I actually used to do this a lot because we almost always had shredded wheats in the house. And even as a kid, I drank coffee. I mean, too young. I mean, like 10 to 15. But yeah, it just like brings some nostalgia back. It's good though. Alright, my people. So the batteries are charged and I'm about ready to move on from here. So I think I'm going to end this video here. And I just wanted to say, do a little plug. If you'd like to support this journey and future journeys to come, and just take a look in the description box, and I have my email. I don't have many ways. I only have one way to receive donations, but I'm open to trying different ways and looking into different ways. So I'm trying to research what the best, most popular way is for people doing this type of thing to accept funds. So right now it's through Zelle. So yeah, until next time, stay free.